eModels.co.uk. Make something awesome.
Ta-da! Yeah. Vesta's doing his first eModels build. And what are we building? Yeah.
Shut up and sit down.
Hello there. Colin here from Festa 67's workshop, and welcome to my build for eModels.co.uk, and it is going to be the Bandai AT80, and I'm going to do it as a cat build. Now, for those of you that haven't seen my YouTube channel, have a look on there and you'll see what I mean by the cat build. It's a build I did about a year ago, and it is of the Star Wars AT-AT done as a Caterpillar quarry vehicle, and I've been asked to do a similar build for the guys over at eModels, so that's what we're going to be doing. So we're going to have a little bit of scratch building going on. We're going to have a bit of a diorama, and I think I'll probably bung some LEDs in there as well, so that the front lights up a little bit as well, and just do something a little bit special. Now, these are stocked by eModels and are from Bandai, so if you haven't got one and you fancy building along with me on this, then pop over to eModels.co.uk, pop onto the website, add one to your basket, check out, and join me in part 2 with your very own version. They do other kits of the genre, so feel free to have a browse around along there, and hopefully you fancy joining me for it. So that's what we're going to be doing. So we're going to follow through the Bandai instructions, which are really clear, I must admit. I'll probably build this in sub stages, so it'll be the head, the legs, the body, and then obviously we'll join it all together. Now, when I come to do the legs, I'll do one film, and then obviously the rest of them are just a repetition of that. So that's what we're going to be doing. We've got a couple of dudes and that to put in. So I'll be sort of doing part of the head, and then I won't be putting the outside on yet until I've done some detail work in there, because I want to put a light in there. So if you haven't done LEDs before, you're in for a treat. If you haven't done a cat build before, I mean, my philosophy on this is, yeah, it's a nod to the Star Wars, but I like to see how things that are in sci-fi could actually translate into the real world. So I do have a bit of a childlike imagination there, and it does come in handy for builds like this. So I've already got a sister in mind for this one that I'm thinking of doing. So yeah, look out for that one. It looks like it's pretty concise on the instructions as well. So Bandai do a good job with their instructions, and I've put in some little notes for myself, like warm LEDs for under his belly and that sort of thing. And then up the side here we're going to have various platforms, ladders, and some gubbins and some people, and yeah, so hopefully you'll like what I do with it. It's different. Fox and the guys have seen the original cat build that I did, and have kindly asked me to do one for the guys over at eModels, so that's what we're going to do. So join me on this little journey of Star Wars stroke modern plant equipment. I'm just going to debag the kit itself, because it's in that really annoying, noisy, crinkly plastic, and you don't want to be hearing that. And we're back again. Right, we've now got the stuff denubbed. I'll just bring the instructions down off of there, because that's got the world's most annoying squeak on it. So I'm going to shove the old instructions. Actually, I'll put them there. Right, what we want. This is a snap together by the look of it. So A26, A27, A14, and we're just assembling the neck components here. Okay, so let's start getting some of this off of there. Simple, just cut away from the part like so. And what I tend to do when I'm doing the bits and bobs is I just put them to one side as I'm cutting them off the sprues, and I try to lay them out as if the instructions were actually my bench. So where you've got that picture like so, I'll just lay the bits and bobs out as they appear on the page like that. And then number A14, which is that bad boy there, and just nip them off, and then we'll get rid of nubs and things like that as we go along. I've got some sanding sticks to one side. I'm just looking for the bits that need to come off. And again, you don't have to go too heavy-handed with this. Let the sander do the work. Okay? That's all you've got to do. Is just stroke the sander over the piece, and voila. See? Now, I freely admit, the world's most aggressive sander obliterator. Many a person would cry and scream if they saw the state of the rest of the sanders just out of shot there. It's not the sander's fault, it's me. I'm very heavy-handed, and yeah. But if you just stroke the sander across the bit, you should be fine. You know, don't be like Fester. Let the sander do the work. Don't know why I'm whispering now. A lot of these bits you're not going to see anyway, but just gets you into the habit of denubbing there, and that bit just goes up in there like that. Have you a bit of that, and the theory being is that it should end up looking like the picture. That's the theory anyway. There you go. Like that. Have you a bit of that? Yeah. Hey. And that's what we want. So I'm happy with that. Don't look like there's any glue needed either. It looks like it's all pretty much snapped together as well. So that's a bit of a result, if I'm honest. And I'm sure there'll be folk out there that will be quite surprised that these are snapped together, but they are. Right. So that's that. We've then got the other part to pop in, A25, which is over there. Let's get the decent nippers out on that, I think. There you go. Stay on camera, Cole. There you go. And one of them. Like that. A bit of a sand just to get rid of the raised edge. And this is all hidden away inside the sleeving of his neck, but I still like to try to make it look as neat as I can. And then that lot comes over in there like so, and then obviously his head will turn round on that bit. So straight away I can just give that edge a little bit more of a deft sand, I think, didn't you? I don't want that sticking out like a blind cobbler's thumb, do we? No. There you go. And then we'll grab the other half of said neckage. And the beauty of this as well, being a snap together, is where I'm going to be dropping in some lighting, I might need to go back and pop a couple of pieces apart just so that I can put my lighting in. So that's why I'm not using any glue at this stage. Now, once I've decided on a pose, because obviously this is going up to the eModels store, then we'll decide on a pose that is going to be suitable for it, and then I'll look at perhaps making some of the joints a little more permanent. There you go, nice resounding click-a-rooney, see? And there is a rather juicy looking bit of neckage. Okay? Don't take much, does it? So let's have a look for A6, which is over there, and just nip that close to the edge as we can, like so. And the plastic on these kits is really quite nice, so you don't have to do a lot of clear up. And again, let the sander do the work so that you don't have to. Okay, and then there's a little nub there. Apologies for the squeak in my chair. Oil will be used, and that goes down into the corresponding hole underneath there. Okay, so that's what we're looking at doing. And just pop that in like that, see? And that's the back of his head, see? So you can actually have the head extended, turned, or you can push him back like so. And everything fits really beautifully as well. I must admit, these are very nicely done kits. So, as per the instructions, it says check, check. Happy days. So we've got some dudes to go in. So let's find them. So we want A4. Bum 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 bum. There's A4 there. Use the big nippers to get them off, because there's a kind of chunk of plastic on the side there. And I tend to use my cheaper nippers to get the stuff off the sprue if there's a large sprue gate. Otherwise I'll use me Mr. Hobbies to trim the edges up a bit nicer. So let's have a look for D3, which is the dudes. Where are you? Come to daddy. There you go. There's one there. Now these are tiny, so there'll be a bit of detail painting going on at some point. And I am sure when it comes to putting them in, we can do just something special there. I mean, this is why I'm going to light it, because with that amount of detail, it's criminal not to, really. So we'll put the dudes in for now, because it lets you see what they're like. Oh, look at that. Yeah, and then we'll give them a bit of a painty pops, and yeah, they'll start looking a little bit nice, won't they? Like that, like that, and like that. A little bit of a light sand. Look at the crisp detail on that. Absolutely gorgeous, isn't it? Nod approvingly. There you go. There are those two little dudes sitting there like that. See? Well, I'm going to be running. Just give me pointy stick. I'm going to be running, lighting round here. So straight away I've spotted a nice little area underneath there that I can lose a cable, send it out, tiny little hole there, and then it will run out through said neckage. Okay, so that's the plan. So this will come apart again just to feed a wire through, so we'll get to see all of that later on in the series. So I'm looking forward to it, to be quite honest with you. A little bit of wiring and that, why not indeed? And I'm sure the guys at eModels will like it, or I'm hoping they will, and ask me to do another build, which would be lovely. So yeah, I can thoroughly recommend these. I mean, having built one and seen how refined and how much crisp detail is in these, I must admit, if you're not a sci-fi fan, or you haven't built one of these, treat yourself. Go out and grab one, because they really are beautifully made. To be honest with you, I just want to lose that dude a minute, because I've got ahead of myself there, and I want to put that in like that. There you go. Just see, just as well they're snapped together. See, like that. Yeah. And then the dude I can just pop back in for now. There you go. That's one dude. And there's the other. And then, like I say, this will all go into the spray booth and be primed up and everything. It just gives you an idea of how that goes together. Just snap fit away quite happily, and Bob's your uncle. So let's have a little looky-loo just to see how that goes in there. Now, according to that, that goes in like that with those two holes here. Go over these two little pins. That's what it's telling me. So that's what's going to happen. Like that. Boom. Yeah. Nice. Nice. That's what we want. Let's get A7 out of there. And we've got his head done, and we can start looking at what we're going to do with this, because I've got all kinds of exhaust pipes to put on it, and staircases and shuttered doors, railings. So I'm hoping that you guys all like what I'm doing with this, because it's different, and you know, that's the whole idea. It demonstrates that you don't just have to build straight out of the box. You know, if you've got an imagination, or you've got a little idea and you think, you know something, I might try that and see, and you know, give it a go and see how it works out. Experiment at the end of the day. You know, it's your model. You know, you've gone out, you've bought it, you've earned the money, you've gone out and done your thing, so build it. At the end of the day, there you go. See, that's what I mean about the red lens. I think that would look really nice with just a tad of a light coming up through there. So that's why I'm going to light that, and there's a couple of decals to go on there at some point, so we'll come back to them. Let's get the other side of his canister, or his head, should I say, for those of you that aren't from my neck of the woods. A canister is his head. Have you a bit of that? And yeah, I've done it again. I forgot to put my gloves on, didn't I? Oh, luckily there's no glue at this stage, but note to self, Fester, tut tut, put your gloves on. 18 and 11, so let's put A18 on for you. Just a little bit away there from the piece, like that. Nice. And then you just pop that in there. He says, just like that. Fat fingers, there you go. And I'll probably go around with a bit of the glue and give some areas just a little dab, because I know they're gonna ping or whatever. But for the moment, it's just getting it built, or into its sub-assembly, should I say, just so that when I look at it and start modifying the kit, yeah, I said the word, Davey, modifying the kit, we can see where cuts are going to be made in the pieces. And yeah, Fester will be chopping stuff apart, because that's what I do. Okay, A12. What have we got there? The detail in this is nice, though, I must admit. A I've been waiting for ages and ages for this to come in as well. It was really nice to hear that they was gonna stock these, because I've done a couple of cat builds now. I did one as a commission for someone recently that saw it and wanted one of their own, so I did that for them. And to be asked to do another one is quite flattering, to be honest with you. So it's obviously a build that people like. So for those of you that want to have a go at this, grab yourself one. There you go. So that's that. And what we got? Two. There you are. So you're hiding from me, aren't you? Normally my pieces hide from me by going on the floor or out the window. You know, that's normally the favourite place that all my stuff ends up. Oh, a little bit of flash there, we'll get rid of that. Can't have that, can we? Would have thought that, a bit of flash. There you go. Yeah. There you go. Ta-da! Have you a little bit of that under there, like that, and then that piece comes up and clicks like that, and there it's a laser thing, and that will go underneath there and give it a bit of the old ba-boom, ba-boom, ba-boom. Make gun noises at your own leisure, everyone. Yes, I did it. Ga-gung, ga-gung, ga-gung. Let's get that one off of there. Like so. And the hardest part, the hardest part for me doing a build like this is actually gonna be not picking it back up and fiddling with it, and yeah, because we know what I'm like. I'm Fester at the end of the day. I'm gonna have this staring at me now for the next day or so, calling me to be built, and I've got to resist the urge of fiddling with it, and yeah. But anyone that catches me fiddling with it can find me a packet of Jaffa cakes. There you go. How's that sound? There you go. Put that piece on there where it should go. Just like so. And this is all detail that can be accentuated or accented once we get the kit built. So let's get that bit there off of there. And then there's number 19 under there. Like that. Let that pop onto the cutting mat for a minute. Pink. Nice resounding ping. And then we can get rid of a bit of flash under there, just a tiny bit there, and that is that. Is there a bit under there? No, that one's alright. happy days. Put that bit in there. Like so. And then get the top piece of the gun and chop that off of there. Do do do. Da da da. Yeah. And pop that onto the gun like that. And the detail paint on them is going to be quite interesting to do as well, so I'm really looking forward to that. So we've got that. Yeah. So we might as well put these on just to be on the safe side, I think. At least then I know where they are. And yeah. We can bung them in there. Like so. One under there and one under there. At least then where I'm moving this about I don't lose it, and I can just lightly rest that in place, because all of this is getting painted and other stuff done with it and lights. See, so I can rest that on there. That's his head done quite nicely. And again, like I say, I can go back in, slide this off, feed me wiring through. So I'll show you how I do all of that anyway. Okay, so we'll have a quick pause so you can have yourselves a quick cup of tea. We come back, I'll put a leg together so that you can see what we're doing, and then it's just a matter of replicating all the legs to look the same. So I'll film one and then I'll skip forward, you'll come back, you'll see the other four there, and then we'll go on to build the body of the AT-AT. Okay, so we'll pause, we'll have a cup of tea and see how we're getting on. Bye bye for now.